Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bachashim, Yahushai, Bachashim, Rakahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth, and just want to take the water toward the H.I.M and Akwaf. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yah Hanan Nawah, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And copyright disclaimer, I want to play a quick video to just show you, that this man Esau, which is the biblical ethnicity for the so-called white race, because they're not actually, white like the wording that you see on the, the screen here. They're actually more like the color of this copyright disclaimer wording. But copyright disclaimer for the video. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, education, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So, yeah, just want to play this quick video.
And it's going to be a lovely day for lots of people.
Sam Harrison in Hampstead Heath. London's School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine has released research which says that nearly 600 heat-related deaths are expected in the UK. Malcolm Mystery, who was involved in the research, says that the aged, pregnant people, women, and those with pre-existing health conditions need to take precautions.
Okay, so in this particular article, now what they done was they basically, let me just get into it. It says the BBC has censored a seasoned news presenter after she went viral for changing her auto cue from pregnant people to women. So, you have Esau, he's out here, with their pronouns. They don't want to call men men anymore, or women women anymore. They calling them, got all these different pronouns and a bunch of bullshit, but basically she changed to pregnant people, which, is going against their policy as far as her so-called offending the TRAN community. You know who I'm talking about, the the Rebuked, or the pretty much the Transformers community, right? So instead of, when she seen, they pretty much going by her facial expression. She was like, once she's seeing pregnant people, she changed the shit to women when she went off her auto cue. That's how you know that they're all reading from teleprompters, and these news reporters or these news presenters, they're not into the, actually giving you no truth. They're just reading what these Edomites are telling them to read. That's why when you can look at Detroit news or Chicago news or Boston news or whatever, and they all saying the exact same thing, because it's all a script and it's all owned by one, a particular sets of people. It's not that many news agencies that's owned by multiple people anymore. It's kind of like the tiny hats done bought all that shit up. Okay, but it says Martine Croxall was lauded by the likes of J.K. Rowling's. She is that one that writes the books for all those Harry Potter books, which they've been on her ass, as of late, because she's been staunch about representing men being men and women being women, and fuck all that Transformer shit. So they've been on her head for quite some time. If you notice, she made a lot of money though, so pretty much, she don't really need to be really riding the coattails of these people, because she really doesn't care about being canceled, so to speak. I would put it that way, because she done made her money. She good, and plus I'm sure she's getting some pretty good residuals off of her, because Harry Potter, all that shit still play. That was a big series, or a big movie franchise. It says, but now the BBC Executive Complaints Unit has ruled against the presenter, upholding concerns from audience members who claim that Croxall expressed a controversial view about trans people, and made a facial expression of disgust, ridicule, contempt, or exasperation. Croxall was quoting Dr. Malcolm Mystery, an assistant professor at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, who said pregnant people were more at risk of death during a heat wave in the UK. So this is their way of being so-called politically correct. This is how wicked this place has gotten. That just lets you know how wicked this place really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much further can this place go when you can't call a pregnant woman, right? So let's get a quick scripture in. I'm not going to keep this long. I just seen this and was, matter of fact, I'm right here. I might as well get this. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Who is that man of sin? Who is that son of perdition? It's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the so-called white race. They're the ones that's pushing this transformer agenda. They're the ones that's writing the law. Now they'll put Jake out here. You know, they're notorious for putting so-called blacks, especially, you know, the so-called black male. They're notorious for putting him out here as if he's the mascot of, you know, this thing, you know, but it's really Esau, because Jake don't have no power like that. Jake not writing no law. Because see, Jake, pretty much in America, you'll see Jake all over, and I'm sure pretty much a lot of other countries as well, but mainly here in the Americas, they use so-called black men as the mascot for LGBTQ community type shit. When you see these HIV commercials and all that stuff like that, you normally see a so-called black man holding hands with another so-called black man. They're hugged up, you know, one hugging on another from the back, or they hugged up, and they actually kiss in these videos, in these commercials now. Right? So who you think is pushing that agenda? It's the so-called white man. You can't get around it. Now, Jake, they take shit way too far. Jake just don't get it and don't understand that, here you go, this motherfucker done handed you a stick of dynamite that's lit, and he's telling you, it's, you know, take a puff of this cigarette, and the shit blows up in your damn face. And Jake just don't get it, man. They don't understand that they have enemies. They don't understand that this man is out here to completely destroy your ass. But this is how far they've taken things. Just letting you know that, you know, the Lord is coming soon. How much more bullshit can this man push on the planet where a woman can't be called a pregnant woman? They're saying pregnant people. Because guess what? The confusion of, you got these women claiming to be men. They got they've taken hormone pills where they got beards and mustaches with a big ass belly because they could still get pregnant. Why? Because they're still women. See? She's not able to get the other woman in the relationship pregnant. Right? But both of them, they can go and take, you know, go to a center somewhere, you know, and get doctored up. You know, get plugged up with somebody else's sperm or whatever, you know, at a sperm bank or how, you know, IVF or however you want to, whatever you want to call it. And they can actually get pregnant, and this person can be a full-fledged running around grabbing on the crotch, acting like a damn dude with her belly out there for 9 months. But this is the confusion, man. And the Lord is not the author of confusion. The Lord created male and female. That's it. That's throughout the scriptures, man. But this is Esau. I'm telling you, it can't be much longer before the Lord comes, man. But this is showing you the character of this man, right? You was just watching a video earlier today. I know the elder in GMS Hawaii, he done the video, I think, first, or the first one that I seen, on one of the Braxton sisters sitting there speaking with a goddamn tranny that looked better than her ass. Because I seen the Apostle Tar, he went into it too. But this is the weirdoism. And then, you know, she's sitting there talking about how she's a liberal Christian. Oh yeah, you definitely a liberal Christian, all right. Your ass is gonna be torched, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna meet them missiles when everything goes down, man. But this is complete weirdoism, man. Let me get that back again. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. See, now the spotlight is being put on the tiny hats, which is the top tribe of the Edomites, so-called white people, and just these regular Edomites in general, you know. I'm not saying every single last one of them are like that, you know what I'm saying? Because you do have I would say the red part of them, or the right, the far right, or the Republicans of them, you know what I'm saying? They're not with this shit like this, but still, it's your people. You know, we gonna lump all y'all asses up together because it's your people. And matter of fact, it's you know, it's a lot of those GOP. They're the ones really that you know, kind of like, I don't know. I guess between the both of them, it's all wickedness, Republican or Democrat. It don't make no difference. Esau, you know, they're wicked on both sides, and both sides push that shit. Actually, I gotta put it that way when it comes to the lawmaking. But verse 4 here, it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. You know, with that God-like complex telling you, no, I'm God. No, we're not going to go with the male and female thing that the Most High put together. I'm God here, and I'm telling you that men and men can be together, and women can be together. So he has this God-like complex. This guy is running. These people are proclaiming to be Christians, man. These people are, I'm willing to bet you, those very people that, because a lot of those Canadians, all these Edomites throughout the planet Earth, man, they believe in who they call Jesus Christ, man, white Jesus. Trannies and all, they all believe in white Jesus. They've given you this. You're saved by grace already. You can be whatever you want to be. Just do what you want to do to yourself. Mutilate yourself, you know what I'm saying? Change your body parts up. Throw some tits on, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go get you some ass cheeks. You know what I'm saying? You want to have your rod chopped off? We can do that for you. We'll give you some lips. We'll turn your ass straight into what appears to be a woman, but your ass still a man, you know? And these women that's running around out here, you know, I work with so many. I think it's only a couple of feminine women in my job. Like, you just know that, okay, she's really being a woman. The rest of them motherfuckers, hat turned to the back, that butch ass hairdo, you know what I'm saying? Baggy ass pants on, grabbing on their crotch and just dapping along and shit like they some big ass dude. You know, like they just left the gym. You know, it's crazy, man. Anyway, but this is the fall of our enemy, though. You know, when you see stuff like this, this lets you know how far this man is fallen. Because this is his kingdom. You have to realize this is his kingdom. His women don't want to have babies no more. Their birth rate is down. They're dying off quicker than they're being born. And see, in the meanwhile, they trying to get rid of you brown people. They calling you the brown people. You so-called Northern Kingdom. They trying to get your ass out of the country because they know that you're having far more babies than they are. And see, Esau, he know he's cornered. He know that he's being outnumbered. And so he's in an anointed position. He's paranoid. Jake still having babies. Shit, even the Chinese people with the one baby rule, hell, they even having more damn babies than Esau. Crazy. Anyway, but this is what the article was all about. This is what they all mad with her about. The ECU considered it was the last of these which accorded best with the explanation offered by the management of BBC News. And I kind of like BBC News. I thought they was kind of, not necessarily, it's Edomite news, but, a little bit more straightforward than this American shit. But this is some Canadian shit, if I'm not mistaken. Mix Croxall was reacting to scripting, which somewhat clumsily incorporated phrases from the press release accompanying the research. The ruling continued. The ECU considered the facial expression, which accompanied the change of peoples to women, laid it open to the interpretation that it indicated a particular viewpoint in the controversies currently surrounding trans identity, and the congratulatory messages Ms. Croxall later received on social media, together with the critical, because people was like, yeah, bitch, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Because people not with this shit. They're trying to make it seem as if everybody is with this shit. They probably had maybe about, who knows, out of 1 million viewers, they probably got 400 or 500, maybe 1,000. Let's just say they got 10,000. Let's say they got 100,000 out of 1 million viewers. That's a drop in the bucket compared to the actual viewers that was with the fact that she actually had the balls to say, nah, these are women. But this shows you how Esau is pushing that shit on the people, because he don't give a fuck about nobody. It's not like he gives a fuck. Let's just be straightforward here. This guy don't give a fuck about nothing. So why is it that he pushes so hard for this 1% of people to be the forefront of everybody? That lets you know that this man is fucking wicked. That's all that it is. It's just his wickedness flying out, man. Let's just be realistic here, man. Shit. He's the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where who is he? He's the border of wickedness. There's no way that these bro. I can go to Walmart right now, or I can go to the local supermarket right now. I can go anywhere, McDonald's. I don't give a fuck where. Which I'm not going to no damn McDonald's. Just using it as an example, right? If I go there, I'm gonna see overall 99% of people that's actually heterosexual. You might see the studies here and there. You might see some nigga behind the counter, you know what I'm saying, with a blonde damn weave in his head. You know, you see some weird shit, don't get me wrong. But when you go out in public, it's not like you're seeing 99% of them and just 1% of, but what they're trying to do is, if Esau were to carry on for another 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years, there will actually be no more heterosexual people. You would be ran the fuck down, hunted down, and thrown into a goddamn concentration camp or something like that if you were out here seen to be that you like the opposite sex of you. This is what this, if it was up to him, that's why the Lord is shortening the time. And we need the time shortened when you got shit like this going on, man. These are the people that's in control of the curriculum for our children. And they been going hard as fuck over the past 5 years. Real strong over the past 5 years. It's so different. If you go back 5 years from right now, don't get me wrong, it was weird as hell too then. But right now, as opposed to 5 years ago, shit done changed so fast, man, because this is Esau and he's pushing his wicked agenda, man. This man is the wicked. He's definitely doing the work of the spiritual being Satan, man. This man is the physical counterpart of Satan on this planet. You can't get around it. Everything that he does is destructive as fuck, man. So they reprimanding this woman for this bullshit. It says, together with the critical views expressed in the complaints to the BBC and elsewhere, tended to confirm that the impression of her having expressed a personal view was widely shared across the spectrum of opinion on the issue. So that lets you know that these people, these news people, they don't have no personal opinion. They're up there to read a script. They're up there as an actor. Go up there, play your goddamn part. We're the directors, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, we ain't gonna keep telling you. You read your lines, bitch. And don't add nothing to it. For real. It's concluded as giving the strong impression of expressing a personal view on the controversial matter, even if inadvertently, see? Like, even if you didn't mean to, falls short of the BBC's expectation of its presenters and journalists in relation to impartiality. The ECU upheld the complaints. The ruling was discussed with BBC News manager and Croxall. So she's either gonna come back on that motherfucker and give an apology, which she probably already has by now, or she's gonna lose her job. It just is what it is. At the time of the remark, Croxall was backed by BBC News executives. A BBC News source said that nowhere in the style guide does it insist on the phrase pregnant women. Insiders pointed to the UK Supreme Court ruling in April, which said that the legal definition of a woman is based on biological sex. Well, they don't give a fuck about that. These people are no different than Trump, man. You know what I'm saying? All the laws that y'all have on the books that they supposed to be, they don't keep them. They don't give a fuck about no laws, man. They do what they want to do. Let it be wrapped up in the courts and shit for about 10 years. And by that time, you know, they gone. They done what they done. After the incident blew up on X, Twitter, Croxall tweeted, "A huge thank you to everyone who has chosen to follow me today for whatever reason. It's been quite a ride." Yup. Rowling, which this is the lady that, you know, wrote the Harry Potter books and shit, was quick to praise Croxall. saying she had a new favorite BBC presenter. After seeing the viral clip and another message, Rowling told Croxall, "You better not be in any trouble." Yeah, right. Well, you share some of that Harry Potter money with that bitch. The ruling against Croxall comes after the Daily Telegraph reported a dossier shared with the BBC board, which alleged that the corporation had been captured by a small group of people promoting a pro-trans agenda. Again, that's always how it is. It's only a few. I remember here in Michigan where, what was that, man? It's been about, I don't even know, maybe about 10 years or so now. And because see, this agenda has been running real hard for the past 10 years, real strong. These two, I ain't gonna even, let me keep it classy. Two so-called white women, you know what I'm saying? One of them looking like, anyway. But they won that Michigan Supreme. I think it was something about the Supreme Court with these chicks being able to get married and have these children, and you know what I'm saying? It was all about, I don't know, a bunch of crazy shit. But since then, that shit just spread throughout the U.S. You know? So it is what it is. One BBC News source said the finding against Croxall would be grist to the meal for those who believe the corporation has been captured by trans ideology. Yeah, they have. I mean, all of them have, because you know this is Esau, and we know that the tiny hats are in the backdrop owning these companies, man. They're the ones that's pushing these agendas, man. Like straight up. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that Michigan Supreme jump off. Let me get the scripture real quick though. Job 9:24. I quoted it. Because Jake, we're not in no power to you know, say no, this is not gonna go down in our neighborhoods. No, we're not. Our children are not gonna learn about that shit at your schools. You know, no, we're gonna start our own schools so we can teach our own children. Man, Esau, come all down on your ass, man. That's how you know we're in captivity. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not wherein who is he? See? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You know what? I never got this word hand. Let me see. But pretty much overall, it's yod, yeah. It's the regular hookup. But it's various definitions to it too. I think it would be C right here. Part or portion. The earth. The portion. The earth. Let me see what else they got in here. Fractional part. Or share. But it's talking about when it says the earth, it don't say parts of the earth. No, Esau is running this boy, man. This is Esau, Edom's kingdom. He's running shit, and he's pushing this on these children. And guess what? They understand Proverbs. Let's get that one real quick. Proverbs 22. You don't think Esau understands Proverbs 20? Now, whether he know this scripture or not, he may not know this scripture, but he understands that you need to be in control of the people, and being in control of the people comes with training. And you train, and the best way to get a person to learn is as children. So this is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. See? So, see, even with our people, why you think he doesn't mind? He formulates, or he puts together this plan where the man is not in the home so the woman can teach the sons. What do you think the woman is? How do you think that, you know, I mean, of course, you're going to nurture the sons when they're children. But they still should see a father. They should have the father in the home to reinforce things as they're growing up and being nurtured by the mother. But if the mother is she's doing the nurturing and she's trying to do the raising up of, you know, teaching them to be men, and no, that shit don't work. So he understands that that woman is gonna raise an effeminate ass man. He's not going to have any ball set. He's not going to have any morals about him, so to speak, as far as a man. Because, you know, men, you know, you stand bold and you stand up and you stand for what's right, so to speak. You're the correction in the household, you know. And you have to learn that from the men. And you learn that from the men through the scriptures. Because the Lord said, you know what I'm saying, to raise up a child in the way they should go. It should be through these scriptures. Teaching the children the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The men their role and the women their role. But see, Esau, he understands that, so he trains. You know, he has Eve training these damn kids up to be goddamn weirdos and degenerates, man. So that's a complete cycle of, you know, straight from that bullshit ass school. He gets to train them through the school, sends them back home every day to the mama. And then once he got your kid for 12 years, and you know, and matter of fact, by the time they get to high school, he got them put them preschool to 8th grade. It's a good chance their ass is going straight to juvie or straight to prison by the time they hit. You know, look at how many of our young men go to jail like that. But anyway, that's another hookup. But let me see. So here you go, right here. I found it. This was in Michigan. I think this was like back in 2015. I knew it wasn't that long ago. I was almost about exactly right. 10 years ago. It says, as of November 2025, same-sex, M-A-R-R-I-A-G-E, you know what it is, remains legal across all 50 U.S. states due to the Supreme Court's landmark 2015 ruling in Obergefell. Yeah, you look like a goddamn Obergefell versus Hodges. This decision established that the 14th Amendment requires all states to license and recognize marriages between two people of the same sex. Now, this is all 50 states, right? Isn't America supposed to be a Christian nation? And this is the reason why, let me get this scripture. This place is hypocritical as fuck, bro. And the Lord gonna deal with you Edomites, man, for what you've done. And that's the reason why this place is crumbling right now. Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee? What are you doing with the Bible? And then these people swearing in on the Bible. These Supreme Court judges, if I'm not mistaken, they swear in on the Bible. Let me see. I might be wrong. They may not do that anymore. They used to, because they're getting rid of everything else. Let's just see. Okay, it says, no, their Supreme Court justices are not required to be sworn in on the Bible. The U.S. Constitution explicitly prohibits a religious test for holding public office and allows officials to take oath or an affirmation, a secular version of the oath that does not invoke a deity or a holy book. Well, the thing of it is you're claiming to be a Christian country. That's the whole thing. You know, you came here with the Bible, you know, talking about sweet white baby Jesus, which is a goddamn idol. So the country started off that way. See? See here here they go with this shit. The question of whether the United States is or was founded as a Christian country is subject of ongoing historical and political debate with arguments on both sides. The answer depends on how Christian country is defined culturally, legally. See this is the bullshit. What isn't Donald Trump in there talking about Christian nationalists? Isn't he was just in there the other day talking about sending troops to Nigeria and shit because Christians being killed. Right? Then aren't they having these they carrying on Charlie Kirk's tour? They popping up at all these universities and shit talking about Christian nationalism. So see, this place is fucking through, bro, and it's hypocritical as hell. And Esau, he the same way he doesn't keep treaties, he just don't keep his word, man. The man is a complete goddamn liar. And this is why we tell you Jake, man, hey, you know, just come out of Esau's system, man. Hey, this man is not to be trusted ever. The scripture says to never trust thine enemy, man. Let me get that real quick. I'm going to end out in a sec here. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself, yeah, we're Christians, and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Yeah, we're Christians. Motherfuckers knocking on your door and shit. It be Edomites in the hood and shit on them bicycle. I think there might be Mormons or whatever the fuck that Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints or whoever the fuck they are. Fuckers in the off deep in the hood, barbecuing shit going, dog pit bulls and shit barking, niggas selling dope, and this nigga's in the hood going unscathed. He's just knocking on doors. Hey, how you doing? Where you know? Would you like to know about Jesus today? Motherfuckers not trying to rob him. He ain't got, but you know, they come through. They ain't got nothing on them anyway, but a Bible. You know, but they go unnoticed. They just tapping on the doors and talking to your damn woman. Next thing you know, your woman is talking to you about let's go to this particular church. You know, these people are hypocritical as all fuck, man. Micah 2:10. I'll get this one. Y'all Ratazah be the last one. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. You get the land in bed with this flea carrying motherfucker, you gonna get the fleas, man. You get the land with this STD carrying motherfucker, you gonna get the STDs, man. You had to come out of Esau's system, thinking wise, spiritually, physically. I mean, we're not necessarily physically, because you know, we're not saying pack a damn bag, get on a plane and try and leave the country. We're talking about spiritually and emotionally. You know what I'm saying? You had to leave Esau shit alone. Let him celebrate these bullshit ass holidays on his own. You know, stop thinking like him. Get into these scriptures, because you know what? These scriptures, these scriptures go totally against what the so-called white man says, man. Now, he may say that he's a Christian, but when you get into the scriptures, you can clearly see that he's not. And then they can't be Christians anyway, because they're not Israelites. They're not Israelites, man. And they say, oh, yeah, I'm Christian. Well, that goes into being Christ-like, you know. Mashiachium-like. You know? And this man, he doesn't keep any, you know, none of these scriptures, man, he keeps, man. This dude got everything that's in these scriptures. He got laws on the books right here in the Americas that go totally against what these scriptures say. Because this is a big push. When you get to the point of pushing where you call it, you saying pregnant people instead of women, that lets you know how wicked this man is. And we're no so-called black people behind the judgment at this BBC News Center. I'm willing to bet it could have been some nigga somewhere, though. It's always some black woman somewhere, so Salakia. But overall, we know that this is coming down from the top. The top is coming down mainly from the elite, the kings of this earth, man. The elite, these so-called white people, man, because they anything goes with them, anything. So I'm gonna end out there, man. I just seen the article, and I found it to be, and it's not surprising. And you know what? It's no comments on this particular article as of yet, so because it was pretty fairly new. I'm sure somebody might get into the comments, or they may not even see it as being important enough to. I might be the first one to leave a damn comment. But anyway, you know, she did have that face, though. She kind of threw that face. It says, showing disgust, ridicule, contempt, or exasperation. Like, shit, she's saying that shit like she a woman. She like, what the fuck is you talking about, pregnant people? I'm a woman. She probably got kids. And she looked old enough to go back further enough to understand that, okay, this is some bullshit, man. This new generation, no. But see, this is what Esau is doing, man. He's wiping out the older generation. He understands that, hey, let's next step, next phase, these kids. That's why you see these fucking kids out here so goddamn weird ass kids, man. Antisocial, can't look up from their phone. Motherfucker don't know how to talk unless it's through a damn text message. You know what I'm saying? Just weird as hell. Just imagine another generation of these people, man. So anyway, I'm going to end out there. Pray that the lesson was edifying. With that, Kwam Yashala and a Bible ball. Keep on praying for the downfall of this place, man.